straight from your BlackJupiter.
Coming straight from your BlackJupiter.
Easy, Agent Rand.
I'm not doing this whole thing. Hey everyone! Been a little bit since I sat and chatted with y'all, and it would otherwise continue to be so for a little while longer, so I thought I'd record a quick video, do a check-in, and say hi. Consider this a glorified update video. First things first, some housekeeping. For the first time, one of our videos hit 1 million views. Whoa. Roll the party mat out. It's not strictly one of mine, but I put care on this video. I produced it, so I still get the Best Picture award. But seriously, congrats to Domo for that huge milestone. I am so proud. And gosh dang, it is weird that the channel, known mostly for World Ends With You stuff, had a runaway success for flipping Undertale. Sometimes I think we really should do more Undertale or Deltarune content because holy frick, I could talk about it for hours. It's literally my wallpaper right now. And while I think I have stuff to say that no one else is really talking about, I don't know. If you really want Deltarune videos, like those exist. If you want a fully produced Reynatus dub video in 2025, who else is gonna give you that? Speaking of which, hey! Remember earlier this year when I announced a fan dub of Reynatus' crossover chapter with The World Ends With You? Well, hee-ho, it's finally done! If it's not out already, and there have been no major errors on our end, it should be releasing on the channel sometime today, so keep an eye out for that. I think you guys are really gonna like it. The cast and I put so much hard work into it. I will say that it was a very exhausting project to work on since I've never really done audio mixing to a scale like that before, and it took an incredibly long time to do mostly on my own. I definitely did not get enough sleep on the final days before the project needed to be finished, but also that experience was still amazing, and I'd love to do more projects like it in the future. As for why we're uploading twice today, it's TWEWY Day! It's the World Ends With You the anniversary and the 4th anniversary of Neo. At the time of actually making this video, it's currently actually like 4 days in the past since I'm out of town today. So I have no idea if we got new anniversary art or anything, but I sure hope we did. Okay, and since I didn't really cover it in a video, though I did sure tweet about it, at Agent Random, there was some interesting World Ends With You news recently that I may as well quickly cover. Tetsuya Kondo, the series director, left Square Enix. Of course, many people reverted to the true primal form of the World Ends With You fan, doom and gloom. I'm not going to go super duper in depth on the subject, but TLDR, chill out, it's all good. While Kondo is absolutely an essential player in the World Ends With You team, he's not the one actually greenlighting new games. It's not like Square won't make a 3rd game because he's not there, or since he's not there, there's no one to push for a 3rd game. Because the person who's actually responsible for getting new World Ends With You games greenlit is Tetsuya Nomura. I recommend watching my video on the likelihood of World Ends With You 3 ever happening for more info on that. And for the record, Kondo is not the first key World Ends With You team member to leave Square. Takaharu Ishimoto left like forever ago, and there was nothing stopping him from coming back for Neo still. And Neo wasn't even directly directed by Kondo either, since Hiroyuki Ito's served as the game's primary director. So best case scenario here, honestly, is that Kondo gets called back in when they make a new game. Mid case scenario is that they eventually make a 3rd game, but without Kondo. And worst case scenario is now that Kondo isn't working for Square, he just goes off and makes a spiritual successor to The World Ends With You. Since he just left the company, he isn't retiring from game development. So I really don't think it's worth being upset about Kondo's departure. He's just turning the page into a new chapter of his life, and that's something we should be celebrating, honestly. Now, one last thing before I screw off, and honestly, half the reason I'm making this video, I made a promise of something that would happen in my next video that I have to abide by. So about 2 months ago, Square Enix made a post on Twitter asking for people to name their favorite Square Enix songs, and Square would collect them all and put them in a playlist for World Music Day. And I made an impulsive decision and tweeted out that everyone who replied with a World Ends With You song would have their name read aloud in my next video. And a few separate people replied as a result, just a few. Now, while I did try to follow up on the playlist itself, I wasn't correctly subscribed to the Square Enix members newsletter and didn't actually see the playlist ever. And despite my trying, I can't seem to find a link or anything to it. It might be a private playlist? I don't know. If any of you have seen the playlist and can let me know if they actually included all the World Ends With You songs people asked for, let me know. Like, seriously, I really want to know. Anyway, as for all the names that I haven't already read across the course of this script, here we go. Sonato22. At Pasta Dental 34. Ike is 42. At X Nightscape _ WeFox L Toad. Spooky Zora. 910690993. Ene Archery. Jimakayad. Pigmaster 64. Dinky Donk. What a name. Amy, Set Down, Spin Dash Coco, at Jinpo Samurai, Debunker, or at Debunkled, that's a fun one to say. Talkian, with the little Union Cross symbol there, or it might just be Toxin. The Queen of Trash, Luctodecillion, Biojoros, or Yodos, I don't know. By the way, real of you to suggest a song that isn't on Spotify solely in hopes that Square lists it for this playlist. Amber... Ank? I'm going with Ank. Emerald Ruby, Nero, Mark Fagan, Shinny? We're learning how bad I am at pronouncing names today, I guess. Navineku24, Wicked Glisker, Ariel, Carter, at Alone Prayer 1, Hikaru, Summer D. Augie, Spectre, Ali, Red Streak 94, Julian, Kamoki, at Among Us Boobies, Cool Bomb Rush Cyberfax, CT line, NT line, RS line, TK / Lirio, Dual / Pax, Metallic, Lushu, Vanny, Kiwi, Miguel Y, Lembreet, Sunset Archive, Sahika's, Kite Boxing, Wheezed Noodle, Andy.exe, Angelos VO3, Shogetsu, The One Star, Triforce Riku, Tudor Mitchell, Etro, Random, the guy that makes me quote that Riku replica scene from Chain of Memories every time he shows up in my notifications. Ruru, Rugus, Tiny Stick, Invertai, Maya Fey Real, Kona, Mimi, Shortcake, Benji, Brandon Acosta, Falcon, Ren Dragon, Pineapple, Renmoku, Lear, Yuki Chiku Date's #1 fan, Blossom, Ziad AQ, Sunkissed Moth, Frost Aced Wayward Wind, Astrian Being Gay, at Popsicle, Captain Jean - Final Order, and my goats, Karu, Olistar, Emma, Black Quadrant, Kuro, who did this art by the way, isn't that so cool? Triss, one of the community's best, Kame, I could survive in the wilderness for a month solely off his motion graphics, Brabla, Zachary, my favorite Rindo voice in the Yet Another Day fandom, Nicholas, who's also here in this list. That's it. And the Missing Samurai, who along with Bacon and Certain Out and Kaiser, Willpower 784, Wonderland Snack, Venforya, and Ord X is one of our patrons, which is so cool. Okay, that's all for now. Watch the Raynana sub later. Or else. I'll see you again, hopefully next month. Hopefully.